Google Play used AI to help block more than 1 million bad apps last year. Samsung updated Bixby to become more conversational. And freedom.gov will allow Europeans to view hate speech and other blocked content. It's Friday, February 20th, and here's a quick look at tech news this morning from Engadget. Google announced this week that with the help of artificial intelligence, it blocked 1.75 million apps that violated its policies last year, significantly down from 2.36 million in 2024. Now, the lower numbers last year, it said, are because its AI-powered multi-layer protections are deterring bad actors from even trying to publish bad apps. Google said it now runs more than 10,000 safety checks on every app and continues to recheck them after they're published. Its use of the latest generative AI models helps human reviewers discover malicious patterns more quickly. The company also blocked 160 million spam ratings, preventing an average half-star rating drop for apps targeted by review bombing. Finally, Google stopped 255,000 apps from gaining excessive access to sensitive user data last year, down from 1.3 million the year before. Meanwhile, Google Play Protect, the company's Android defense system, sniffed out over 27 million new malicious apps, either warning users or preventing them from running. The company added that Play Protect's enhanced fraud protection now covers nearly 3 billion Android devices in 185 markets and blocked 266 million risky side-loading installation attempts. The company said in a blog post, initiatives like developer verification, mandatory pre-review checks, and testing requirements have raised the bar for the Google Play ecosystem, significantly reducing the paths for bad actors to enter. This year, we'll continue to invest in AI-driven defenses, the company said, to stay ahead of emerging threats and equip Android developers with the tools they need to build apps safely. Now, Google has steadfastly justified its relatively high fees on app purchases and subscriptions by touting its investments in app safety. However, its Play Store has been under pressure from regulators in Europe and other regions that claim it amounts to a monopoly. Last year, the company changed its fee structure for developers using alternative payment channels, but EU regulators recently claimed the company still is not complying with Digital Markets Act regulations. Bixby is not typically part of the conversation when it comes to virtual assistants for mobile devices, but Samsung is clearly hoping that you would use it more. The company has launched the latest version of Bixby with the new One UI 8.5 beta, and it has been tweaked to work as a conversational agent. Samsung says you'll now be able to talk to it and give it tasks using natural language, like how you talk to other people, or these days to chatbots. You don't have to remember exact commands or names for specific settings. You can just describe what you want to happen, such as, I don't want the screen to time out while I'm still looking at it. Bixby will then automatically turn on the Keep Screen On While Viewing setting. If you ask it a question such as, why is my phone screen always on when it's inside my pocket? It could provide several solutions you can choose from. In addition, the assistant can now access new and up-to-date information on the web. You do searches without opening a browser, and Bixby will display web results right within its interface. At the moment, the updated Bixby is only available in Samsung's home country of Korea, as well as in Germany, India, Poland, the UK, and the US, but the company will roll it out more widely in the future. The U.S. State Department is building a web portal where Europeans and anyone else can see online content banned by their governments. That's according to a report by Reuters. It was supposed to be launched at the Munich Security Conference last month, but some State Department officials reportedly voiced their concerns about the project. The portal will be hosted on freedom.gov, which currently just shows an image. Freedom is coming. Information is power. Reclaim your human right to free expression. Get ready, it says. Well, Reuters says officials discussed making a virtual private network function available on the portal and making visitors' traffic appear as if they were from the U.S. so they could see anything unavailable to them. While it is a State Department project, The Guardian has traced the domain to the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which is a component of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Homeland also serves as the administrator for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The project could drive the wedge further between the U.S. and its European allies. European authorities do not usually order broad censorships preventing their citizens from being able to access large parts of the Internet. Typically, they only order the blocking of hate speech, terrorist propaganda, disinformation, and anything illegal under the EU's Digital Services Act or the UK's Online Safety Act. Nina Jankowicz, who served as the executive director of Homeland Security's Disinformation Governance Board, told The Guardian if the Trump administration is alleging that they're going to be bypassing content bans, what they're going to be helping users access in Europe is essentially hate speech, pornography, and child sexual abuse material. The board was very short-lived, and it was disbanded a few months after it was formed, following complaints by Republican lawmakers that it would impinge on people's rights to free speech. When asked about the project, the State Department said it did not have a program specifically meant to circumvent censorship in America. But the spokesperson said, digital freedom is a priority for the State Department, however, and that includes the proliferation of privacy and censorship circumvention technologies like VPNs. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news at Engadget.com, and be sure to check out Igor Bonifacic's article about the prospect of orbital AI data centers working, but they just may destroy the planet in the process. This episode featured journalism from Steve Dent and Mariella Moon, and it was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back on Monday with more tech news from Engadget.